Hey guys, so this is round one, game one of our standard two-man. Pretty standard keep here. It's not a lot of burn, but it's also a Chain of the Rocks, which could get pretty good at some point, and lots of stuff to recur Chandra's Phoenix. Our opponent Mulligan going to five? Going to five? Not going to five. What is this guy all about? He's a bot? Alright. That's kind of weird. Like, I mean, some people do that where they will like have their account also be a bot that like buys and sells cards from players. All right, pick up the land. Let's do a little scry action. Probably will not need that fourth land. Sky, Temple of Deceit. Another one. Is this mono black? Maybe. Alright, well, the plan is pretty simple here. Just Magnum Jet him, EOT, scry to see what we are working with. Temple of Silence, so Esper maybe. That's a lot of temples and no shock lands. Let's fire off that jet. Ooh, don't want Spark Trooper. One Boros Charm though. That's going to be very good as we're going to get that Chandra's Phoenix in here. And then we're going to have 12 points of burn. So Chandra's Phoenix actually is going to count as 2 here, so that's going to get him down to 16, and then we're going to have 12 points. So that's, I mean, that's he's at 4 basically already. So I mean, can't get much better than that, right? So really see what he's doing now. Maybe play something else that's going to show us what he's doing. Maybe making play before turn 8. Hallowed Fountain tapped. Ooh. So he may be holding like some type of counter up and may just not want to counter the Phoenix. Oh, now he's dead. So we're going to be able to like shoot him for 6 at the end of his turn, which is super sweet. Although we are at that point going to want to lead with the shock if he still has the mana up, you know, because he could be planning on like countering whatever he has. He has to assume we have more burn. I don't really know. He could also like Verdict here, play a Jace here, but he could have done that last turn. He could be a deck with Blood Baron, in which case we do have Shock, Lightning Strike end of turn to deal with Blood Baron, although that does, you know, exhaust a lot of our resources. Alright, another Temple. No play. I mean, I guess we just lead with the shock here and then go for it. I guess I am down with the get down, as they say. Oh, sweet. Alright, so now we have him dead. We are going to want to keep the skull crack up, though, in case he tries to, you know, shenanigan, aka Rev. He most likely has Rev, so we're going to want to keep the Skullcrack up for that. Let's see. So one of the things I was just thinking about is he could play Elspeth. We Boros Charm him here, I believe. Yeah, we Boros Charm him. We don't want to Skullcrack him, because in response to his Rev, we want to Skullcrack. Alright, this looks like a Rev, and we got him. Sweet. So, yeah. So, a lot of decks will actually not play Elspeth against you, because they don't want to get Searing Blooded, which is the 2 mana, deals 2 damage to target creature. If it dies, deal 3 damage to that player's controller. That card's pretty good, but a lot of people play around it. I, however, just am not a huge fan of it against green-red monsters and mono-black, which I think are the 2 biggest things we have to fight. So here we go. Pretty simple. Get rid of Shock, get rid of Chain of Rocks, get rid of Spark Troopers, bring in Stormbreath Dragons, Viashano, First Blades, and Fire Dream Crusaders. What's bad with the Spark Troopers is that they die by themselves. And the Chain of the Rocks obviously don't have a lot of targets, and the Shocks are only 2 damage. Because everything we're bringing in is at least 2 damage, like Fire Dream Crusader. I guess they can just straight up deal with it. But Viashano, First Blades, 4 damage, Stormbreath Dragons, 4 damage. And Stormbreath Dragon also, they have to sweep it or counter it. So that's the advantage to all those plays. Let's see how it goes. On to game 2. Yeah, see what happens. Hey guys, so we're back here. This is a really interesting hand. Because if we draw another red land, we're just set. Mutavault's so good. Yeah, I think we're just going to draw another red land. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5? No, 5. Alright, yeah, I mean, we just have all the threats, which makes this hand really, really, really good. We are playing 23 lands, and we get there. We actually don't want a million Mutavaults, although the number we have is fine. So hopefully he's playing another tapped land, and we can go Zealot, Chandra, Stormbreath Dragon, although we are going to have to be careful of things like Supreme Verdict if he sided those in. So the other sideboard option, other than Firedring Crusader, is something like Soldier of the Pantheon. It's a card that a lot of control decks side in the control mirror. I mean, it gains them a little bit of life, has protection from pretty much anything, and sometimes it can just get there. So that's a card that I've actually been seriously thinking about. Doomblade. He did bring in all his removal. That's a sweet Doomblade, by the way, bruh. So let's see what happens here. So he just lets us have it. At some point, he's going to have to start taking some damage, whether he likes it or not. We're going to see when that point is. Hopefully next turn we can play Mutavault, attack with Mutavault, have Boros Charm up end of turn or something like that. This may be a Detention Sphere, yep. So now our plan's actually a little bit different. Ooh, that card is sweet. So if he's going to Verdict, we want to make him Verdict, right? So we want to play... So the question is, do we want to play a Mutavault, get in for 2, play a Satyr, or do we want to get in for 4, play a Satyr? I think we're actually just trying to get him dead right now. So the plan is probably just to play. Yeah, that has to be the plan. If we get 2 for 1 here, that's fine. I mean, obviously it's not great, but it's okay if he has it. Because then that opens us up to play a Stormbreath next turn, and then we still have Mutavaults. Yeah, okay, so none of that nonsense. So now we're in a little riskier spot, because we can just straight put him to 6. Ooh. Yeah, see, we don't know if he actually has it or not. So I think we're actually just going to keep Boros Charm up end of turn, get in with Mutavault, attack for 6 here. Skullcrack, that is the best possible card, and then we'll be able to kill him on our next turn. Yeah, I mean, so this is definitely the safer play. Getting in for 6, putting him to 8, saving Boros Charm up to get him to 4, and then he has to deal with our board or he dies, pretty much. So next turn, so if we Boros Charm him here, so if he wipes, he's dead. If he board wipes, he's dead because we Boros Charm and then Stormbreath Dragon or attack with Mutavault Skullcrack. If he revs here for 2, he goes to 10. Supreme Verdict, yeah. So he's just. Ooh. So we could actually save our guys, but I think we're actually just gonna shoot him. It's 4 damage either way. We're just gonna Storm Heezy here. Play the Mutavault, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Alright, well that's our first match win, so we might as well jump to another one. I will see you guys there.